Good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe! Heya and welcome to Weekly Tips. We're putting some sense in your tip jar. Welcome today. Today joined by me, Daniel, and we're going to be drawing an iguana. So let's go on into this and draw this iguana. Once I've gathered my reference of the iguana, I start drawing a profile side view of the iguana just to understand the forms that go into the iguana. You can see me just jotting down like little notes and things to understand where certain things fit in, its arm, its head. And as I go along, fixing up these kind of notes I give myself, I then start to, really push things to where they're supposed to be sitting, its head, the size of its head, where its head's supposed to be, the size of its legs, how big its legs are actually meant to be. I play around with this quite a little bit and just fix it up as I go. You have to have kind of a starting point to be able to, make little mistakes and then learn from those mistakes and find out, where things actually do sit on a certain animal like the iguana. And it does take a little bit of play around time of where, how big proportionally his head is, where actually his legs are, and like how kind of big they are compared to his body and those kind of things. But you need to kind of start off with those mistakes, so it's good to do a side view first because you can really understand and take notes about what goes into the animal, where kind of its mouth lives, its legs are relative to its body, and those kind of things. And you can see I'm just kind of jotting down. And then once I've got a good drawing here, I start fixing it up and starting to get the drawing much better. I'm spending more time on, getting those feet right and getting its head right and all these other bits I'm actually working on a little bit more now. Once I slow down and done all those mistakes, I then go into, once I get a finished drawing, I start adding little details like those spikes that the iguana has, and these other little bits that I might add. It's up to you how much detail you go into. You can go as detailed as you want, but for something like this, it's just studying and understanding the animal. It's not necessary to do all that detailing and everything. But if you do want to sit there and do some detailing and just sit down and have some fun doing that kind of thing, there's nothing wrong with it. You could use it later on when you're drawing and creating iguanas at some point, or something that has a skin like an iguana, like other lizards. You can definitely take that, what you've learned from doing that, and apply it. Anyway, once I have done a side view, I then go into a more front angle view. So here you can see I did some notes and things, just doing a quick little sketch of the pose first. I'm trying to understand the form, and then I slowly kind of tighten it up and fix things up, and you can see me just fixing up the head here. As again, I don't do all the frilly spikes and everything, I just kind of do the basic forms first and understand those. You can see he has these kind of droopy looking frill thing that's going off here, and it actually like half his neck's coming out, and he's got these kind of big arms. They have quite big arms compared to their body. It's a big kind of buffy lizard basically. So you can see all that muscle and kind of um, body that they do have. And you know, doing this front view, it's a little bit of a three-quarter view, but it's still kind of a front view. I couldn't find a full front view, but I thought it was good enough that, you know, shows enough of the creature. Yeah, you know, yeah, it's up to you what you go for. If you want a like full frontal view, or if you want more of a three-quarter view. But you know, it shows off its body. And here I do another kind of front angle view. This time it's a little bit more three-quarter view, so you can see kind of his head popping out there a little bit on an angle. So it's kind of got a little mix of both, but it's another good angle to understand the forms and the shape of this animal. Yeah, you can see that little frilly bit I'm doing, and it's kind of meaty-ish bones, legs that it's got. Yeah, I think this might be a young iguana. I'm not sure. It might be a different breed or something. And that's another thing. Just watch what references you do get. Make sure, um, you know, they're going to be kind of helpful enough, I guess, and they're accurate. You know, you don't want to be drawing something that isn't an iguana. But you know, this shows the forms and shows the shapes enough. Um, Now from here, I go into something a little bit way more extreme and dynamic, and go for uh, a foreshortened view. You know, and you know, this is something I struggle with foreshortening. So I thought, you know, I would kind of two birds, one stone kind of a thing, and tackle a foreshortened view here. It is kind of important to know to understand what you're drawing before you attempt something like this. Because you know you can go into failure, and also you know like here there are bits and things that you can't quite see in the distance, so you have to kind of make it up a little bit. Like his legs, you have to really understand where his legs are going, um, and just take notice of where things lie. Um, you know, you can probably get away with just drawing from this reference, but understanding the animal first and understanding a little bit more about what you're drawing does help a lot. Um, so yeah, you know, this has been interesting. It's been fun. I've had fun drawing this iguana. Um, yeah, it's another lizard, interesting lizard. They do have kind of big buffy features compared to a lot of other lizards. So you can kind of see that in some of the drawings that I've done, and some of the references I have gathered, you can really see that as well. So you know, find good references, draw from those references. Start, you know, side view, front view, and you can go for something more dynamic if you want, more interesting, more fun. Um, you know, if you are feeling confident with drawing these animals. Um, so yeah, thanks for joining me. Hopefully you have learned something. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about this video and everything like that. Um, Keep drawing, keep creating, and see you in the next video.